Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Litter Media Live on this May 30th of 2024. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Look, Mom, he's on camera today.
Jazz hands.
That's true.
That's what I do when I'm on camera.
You know, the deaf have a way of showing applause, and it is doing like a jazz hands kind of thing.
I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's about the only sign language I know. So thank you for joining us here today on a special edition of Litter Media Live. Earlier today, we had a guest, Teresa Reap. We'll have another guest coming up here shortly. So we need to kind of get today's daily program done before the next show at noon.
Yes.
So if you're ready to rock, let's take a look at our weather for today.
I'm rocking.
To see how things are working out for us. It's picture perfect outdoors. I looked up at the sky, not a cloud in the sky that I could see when I came in to work this morning. Eerily, it felt that same way on September 11th of 2001. It was a beautiful day.
I don't remember it.
Well, were you around at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 10 months old.
Okay, very good. But we don't remember a whole lot from our early days like that.
No.
Some people probably do. I don't. I think the furthest back I can go is maybe 3 years old, maybe 2, thereabouts.
I feel like I remember things from preschool.
Yeah. Well, and I'll explain, but we got weather to do.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this. Sunshine today, temperatures around 70. It'll be clear tonight, lows around 49, and sunshine and warmer for tomorrow, up to 76. I see on the weekend we do run the risk of showers Sunday, but Saturday will be cloudy conditions with temperatures around 82. Before we get to the next thing we want to show, I remember back to being 2 years old because I was born with a clubbed foot, and they had to break my leg to correct my foot. So I had a cast during my terrible twos.
Right.
And I remember riding on I had this pony that had springs on it, and you could run back and forth and the whole deal. I remember riding that with a cast.
I see.
So that's as far back as I can remember.
Way back in the 1920s.
It was closer to 1965.
Okay.
So let's show you what we wanted to share. A lot of my Facebook friends were posting photos of rainbows that were captured. This is pretty cool over at Zion Baptist Church right there. But I thought, why not grab a collection of these? Because it was a double rainbow over at Chillicothe last night. Did you happen to see this?
I didn't know about it.
You didn't see it? You were probably hard at work on a video project from home, right?
That's probably what it was. What time was this?
This would have been probably, I think it was around 6:30.
Oh, I was
7 o'clock.
I was at church.
Whenever we had that shower come through. And some folks were able to really get a nice photo of it. Others found themselves kind of having to enhance it. And I've seen that happen. I've taken pictures of rainbows before, and I'm like, man, I got to do this. But this is beautiful right here. So if you haven't seen any of these rainbows, you got to check them out. They were just flooding our Facebook feed yesterday across most of my friends. Ain't that cool?
That is cool.
That is really nice. So thank you for sharing those photos of rainbows to experience yesterday. If you ever time to get something like that, feel free to share it with Litter Media, and that way we can make sure we share it here on our program as well.
And you'll be famous.
Well, you'll be slightly famous. I don't know how famous you'll be, but your work will be displayed.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
People will see it.
Yes. All right. The reason we have this program is to inform you on news, which we will do next. But first, we want to tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you've got a project at home you're working on or at your business and you need a dumpster, give Scioto Valley Dumpsters a call, 740-253-8389, and they can get you fixed right up with a dumpster, and then they'll haul it away when you're done with it. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week. And here in a moment, we're going to announce the Player of the Week for this week. Coming up in this program. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365. 988. Save the number. Save a life. And to learn more about the Bean Foundation, created in the memory of Bryant Bean's Butt, just call 740-703-0611. You'll find that information on our website, littermedia.com. Just click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website. Speaking of our website, that's where you'll find a lot of the stories we'll be sharing for you during this program, but we also have others in our news feed here on Facebook, as well as on our YouTube channel and Litter Media X, which will be very important for Waverly and Washington Courthouse baseball fans this afternoon. That's where Mike Smith is going to be with baseball updates for you this afternoon.
Yes.
Jack Schmidt, Assistant Plant Manager for Kenworth Chillicothe, joined us yesterday to talk about the third annual Kenworth Truck Parade. It's coming up Saturday, June 15th in downtown Chillicothe. And not only is the parade on Saturday, but there's a lot of things that lead up to that parade. And we caught up with Jack to get an explanation.
Yeah, it's unique. We try to bring different drivers in every year. We target having 50 trucks in the parade every year. We started the first year, we had 50, last year 55, and this year we're looking at having 70 trucks in the parade. Typically they drop off. This year we haven't had hardly any drop out, but we do bring back some of the, there's about 8 drivers that really help set up the family day and where they park and how they organize for the parade. So we bring back, you remember Cherry Pie, she's been in it the last 2 years, she'll be in it again this year. Her and her husband do a great job helping organize that.
Yeah, and she loves the camera.
Yeah, she does.
Great performer, no question there. But you had some folks last year, and I know you have on Friday night the driver's dinner, and you show them really how important they are to your industry. And it's like no one has showered on them before. I mean, it's amazing to see their expressions, and not only that, they bring their kids and everything too. It's a really big night.
It's kind of like a family vacation for them. So they'll bring their wives, their kids, grandmas and grandpas, and they'll start showing up in Chillicothe on Wednesday, right? So we reserve the fairgrounds, a camping area for them Wednesday through Sunday. So they'll start rolling in Wednesday. Thursday, they have a special dinner that they put on for themselves. K.Y. Robinson, I think Dan Clary's providing the food this year. So that's kind of their own thing. But then Friday starts, we celebrate them. We celebrate the drivers, and we celebrate Kenworth. So we're going to have them into the plant. We're going to do them a plant tour for an hour. I think you guys come to that event and do some interviews with them. It's really an opportunity for them to tour the plant and see how technology is advanced. right here in Chillicothe with Kenworth Manufacturing. And then they're going to go back to the fairgrounds. We're going to go out there that night. We're going to celebrate them by providing a dinner, giving them a plaque for being in the parade this year, and just kind of walk around. It's an opportunity for us to talk to them, them to ask us questions and get a big picture of the group. So it's a really special event.
And this whole deal is a special event, no question about that. But in fact, Kenworth will be making some changes. They've been building and continuing with the capital upgrades they have there. They soon will be able to be cranking out 200 trucks a day.
Yes.
In assembly. Absolutely incredible.
I think when I worked there, we were doing 80 per shift.
80 per shift.
And that was during COVID, so there were some supply line issues.
Yeah.
But that was our target.
And after you finished your work there, you decided, this is not for me. I think I'll be on camera somewhere.
Well, after that, I went to the Ross County Parks, and
At
weed
that
whack
point
trails.
in time, you decided the manual labor was not what you wanted to do for a living.
Right. Yes.
Well, we're glad you found your way here.
Yes.
Because you found a spot where we don't do a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of heavy work.
Until it's time to carry the light bag.
There are times where we have to move equipment, certainly. Also, yesterday afternoon, another special edition of Litter Media Live we had featured Tiffany Baldwin with Downtown Chillicothe, Ohio, as they are preparing for Beer Fest, which is coming up this Saturday in downtown Chillicothe.
You can, like you said, purchase tickets now ahead of time, and you can get a VIP ticket for $50. You can get a general admission ticket for $30. If you buy general admission tickets the day of the event, they are $40. So they do increase $10. But say also we do offer, if somebody comes before 3 o'clock and they didn't realize it, or they want to come earlier, or whatever the case may be, and they just have a general admission ticket, they can upgrade that day right there to a VIP ticket also for an additional $10.
Cool. And the VIP tickets for Brewfest 1:30, you get entry into the show, and 3 o'clock for the general admission ticket purchases. You can get more details on Brewfest here on our news feed of Litter Media, or you can watch that interview in its entirety on our YouTube channel.
Yes, you can, or listen to it on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
The city of Chillicothe has received funding from the Safe Streets for All grant program through the United States Department of Transportation. The funding is for communities to improve roadway safety by increasing protection for cyclists and pedestrians while significantly reducing and eventually eliminating roadway fatalities and serious injuries. The United States Department of Transportation recently announced that Chillicothe is one of 8 Ohio communities selected to receive awards. A planning and demonstration grant provides federal funds to develop, complete, or supplement an action plan. The city of Chillicothe will receive $120,000 to develop a comprehensive safety action plan to identify the most significant roadway safety concerns in a community and the implementation of projects and strategies to address roadway safety issues.
Very key for a lot of the cycling that's going on here in and around Chillicothe. Madison Holland, she is a former Miss Fall Festival of Leaves. Well, now there she is as the new Miss Deer Creek Dam Days. The festival is going on through this Saturday. Tays Valley Girls, Leah McManus is first attendant, and Lainey Tussing is second attendant. Deer Creek Dam Days, again, continues through June 1st. Congratulations to my pal, Madison Holland, who I got to see crowned in 2022 at the Fall Festival.
There you go. The Chillicothe City Schools Summer Lunch Program will be providing a free city swimming pool ticket to the first 100 free lunches served to students age 18 and under each Friday in the months of June and July. Free lunches will be served at the city pool parking lot between noon to 2 p.m. each Friday.
And these two young men have a lot in common. Both are recent Zane Trace graduates. Both were Post 62 delegates to Buckeye Boys State as well. And now both will be attending one of the nation's service academies. Colby Forcum will be going to the military academy at West Point. That's Colby on the left of the screen there. And Zane Pickrell, pretty decent wrestler for Zane Trace, he'll be going to the United States Air Force Academy. Congratulations, guys. And we appreciate your service as you head to those service academies.
Yeah. First Capital Ruck 22 of Chillicothe has received a shout-out for their generous donation of $2,000 to assist with the Chillicothe Veterans Affairs Medical Center Centennial Celebration.
And that's coming up Saturday.
That is coming up Saturday, yeah.
Absolutely. And the Pump House Center for the Arts presents Art in the Streets this Saturday from 5 until 9 p.m. on East 2nd Street here in Chillicothe. You can find this information on our Facebook share, but you can also stay with us. Coming up at noon today, we'll be visiting with the organizer, Jade Berry, to talk about Art in the Streets, which again is tomorrow evening. Our road report takes us to Pickaway County, US 22 westbound ramp to US 23 southbound will be closing starting at 7:30 tomorrow through 5 p.m. on Monday, June 3rd. A detour of South Court Street to US 23 southbound will get you where you need to go.
Yes.
All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at sports. Still to come, this date in history. But first, let's tell you about Haynes Total Healthcare Center, celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. If you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it takes you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Time for sports, and high school tournament action continues. Part of that is the state softball semifinals opening up today at Akron Firestone Stadium. Liberty Union in Division III faces Oak Harbor at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and South Webster takes on Canfield South Range at 5:30 p.m. You can see the schedule here, if you missed that information, on our score page at littermedia.com. High school regional baseball semifinal action gets underway today, including Waverly and Washington Courthouse as they face off at Ohio University at Bob Wren Stadium. That'll be at 2 o'clock today, and our Mike Smith will be there to provide updates not only for this game, but whoever wins will be in the regional championship game tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock also at OU. Division III regional semifinals at Ohio University at 5 o'clock. Portsmouth faces Fairland. Minford takes on Barnesville at Ohio Dominican at 5 p.m. And in Division IV regionals at Lancaster's Beaver Stadium, Eastern Megs plays Berlin Highland at 3 p.m., followed by Leesburg Fairfield and Greenwich South Central at 6 p.m. A 6-run, 8th-inning spelled defeat for the Chillicothe Paints against the Lafayette Aviators last night. 11-7 the final there. But the boys come back to home because it is Paints opening day. And their home schedule opens up tonight with the Johnstown Mill Rats. Gates open up at 6:05. Game time is 7:05. Another Paints note, Rawls County Sheriff's Office Dare Night at the Paints is scheduled for next Tuesday, June 4th. Students wearing their DARE t-shirts get into the game for free. Also show your DARE ID card as well. And special treat, free picnic, hot dogs, chips, drink, and cake as well.
I have a DARE t-shirt somewhere. Will I get in free if I wear it?
I think you probably have too much of a beard for passing as an elementary-aged kid.
What if I shave it off?
If you shave it off, you might.
Okay.
You might pass off for being younger.
Okay.
Reds fell to the Cardinals yesterday in getaway day, 5-3 the loss. And Cincinnati takes today off before heading to Chicago for the weekend with the Cubbies. The Rockies took the Guardians, a final there of 7-4. Our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week is Circleville's Faith Yancey, who is the Mid-State League's Buckeye champion in girls 100 and 200-meter dashes. She's also in the running of the 200-meter, 4x100, and 4x400 relay teams at the State Track and Field Meet this weekend in Dayton. There she's a multi-sport athlete.
Yes, she is.
And she's wearing her basketball uniform at a game that we covered for Circleville and Bloom Carroll. So congratulations to Faith Yancey.
Multi-talented.
Yes. And don't forget, you can make your nominations for the Player of the Week on our website. Just go to littermedia.com where you see it says Player of the Week across the top, and you can find the email address to make your nominations there. At the end of the year, what do?
We announce Player of the Year.
We do.
And it can be any amateur athlete. So if you beat your dad in a pickup basketball game, you can nominate yourself.
You can do that. If there's a wiffle ball game this summer, you can do that.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, all right, coming up in a moment, this date in history would turn the Litter Media Wayback Machine knobs to 1868. So get ready for that. Details are coming up next.
But first, Litter Quality Propane. 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for nearly 5 decades. They service a great deal of southern and central Ohio. In fact, they stretch all the way from Dayton over to Athens and from Columbus down to Portsmouth. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you right to their website, accuratehvac.com. This date in history, 1868, by proclamation of General John A. Logan of the Grand Army of the Republic. This is the first major Memorial Day observance held to honor those who died, and quote here, in defense of their country during the late rebellion. Known to the some as the Decoration Day, mourners honored the Civil War dead by decorating their graves with flowers. On the first Decoration Day, General James A. Garfield made a speech at Arlington National Cemetery, after which 5,000 participants helped to decorate the graves of the more than 20,000 Civil War soldiers buried in the cemetery. Wow. I did not know that there were that many buried at Arlington Cemetery.
Have you been there?
I have not.
It's really, really cool.
I have been to the in Hawaii at the Peach Bowl. Punch Bowl. They have a cemetery there that has a lot of military members buried, and it's very similar to what you would see with the National Arlington Cemetery.
Yeah. You need to go see the changing of the guard.
Oh yeah. And at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, you see that. I think it seems back in the day, in the 60s, they took slideshows. It seemed like vacation pictures were turned into slideshows. And so you would set up the projector screen and you'd run through this and that and everything else. Mom and Dad seemed to do that before I came along because we would sit and we would watch these movies, and that's how I got to know my family, because I wasn't a part of it. And my brother kept had me convinced that I was adopted, or that they found me in the house of in the closet of the new house when they moved in, because I was not in any of the photos. There were occasionally one or two at some point in time, but for whatever reason. But what I'm getting to is we had photos of them visiting Washington, D.C., and part of it was the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at that time. And that would have been, gosh, like 1960?
Wow.
1961, because I didn't come along until 62. So, yeah. You're that right, took all those pictures. That's a possibility.
Maybe.
But then Dad wasn't in any of those pictures either.
Right.
So who knows? All right, that's it for the program today. Forgive me. You look like you have one more thing to say.
100 comments on this post, and Mike Smith will grow a mustache like this.
I don't think Mike Smith is capable of growing. I could grow hair like that before Mike could grow a mustache like that. And you can see what I'm challenged at. All right, coming up here in just a bit, we'll visit with Jade Berry. She's going to talk about art in the streets. But those of you that find yourself watching this daily program and listening to it on Litter Media Radio, thank you for taking time with us today. Back at it again with another edition tomorrow here on Litter Media Live.